what do we have in the mystery bag today? We have a little ball of a snake. So today we'll have a chat about the third python of the series, and the smallest of the 5 python species here in the Townsville region, the spotted python. This python is in a genus of 4 snakes at the moment, and they all occur in either Australia or Papua New Guinea. So the spotted python here occurs along the east coast of Queensland, along as just the northernmost coastal regions of New South Wales, and also across the sea in southern Papua New Guinea. In this area it inhabits quite a few different habitats, but here in the Townsville region they seem to prefer areas which are a bit more rocky, with quite a few crevices. So for instance, yards with like rocky flower beds or garden walls made out of stacked rocks are quite good for this species. And also the areas around Castle Hill and Kissing Point Fort also has quite a few spotted pythons. So if you live around there, you might have seen one of these. So as most Australian pythons, the spotted python is quite stocky compared to other local snake species. They have a quite small head and a quite prominent neck, so you can actually see where the head ends. The body in itself is quite thick compared to the rest of the body, and the patterning is usually a lighter brown background with darker brown spots along the body. The size of this snake isn't exactly massive. They usually stay around 1 meter long, but some massive individuals have been found reaching up towards 1.8 and 2 meters, which is absolutely insane for this species. Here in the Townsville region, there's mainly 2 other snake species this python can look like. And those are 2 other pythons. It's the carpet python, and the carpet python would have larger saddles along the dorsal area, not these small spots, and it would also be a bit different coloration to it. And also a scrub python, although it had to be a juvenile or subadult scrub python, because a scrubby would grow way larger than this snake, and also a scrubby would have a bit different pattern as well. The scrubby would be not as spotted as this, but way more blotched, so a bit more, what can I say, a bit more randomness to the pattern than the spotted python. Let's talk a bit about the spotted python behavior. As most Australian pythons, this python here is an ambush predator, meaning they will sit still and wait for prey to walk by in close proximity. As this snake has what we call heat pits, so a series of small pits along the mouth, it tells us that it is mainly a mammal specialist, so they do target mammals. But juvenile individuals have been found to actually eat a large proportion of geckos and other lizards, because they fit their small size way better than, for instance, a larger mouse or a smaller rat. So these pythons are generally nocturnal. That's when you can see them hunt, move around. During the day, they usually hide underneath an object. So for instance, a rock, a log, or maybe a plywood plate if you have one in your yard. I'm filming this guy during the day because he's about to be released. He was a relocation from a home not too far from here. And yeah, it's also a bit easier for you guys to have a look at him during the day. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, I reckon it's time for release.